Hello, grade 8. And so this is the continuation of our discussion. So last time we discussed about mitosis. Now we're going to discuss what meiosis is. So this is the other cellular division that I was talking about before. Mitosis is eh, So mitosis happens on somatic cells. So somatic cells are the body cells and they are composed of your body tissues and organs. So the last time I said that to repair skin that is damaged because of a wound, your body cells, your skin cells, yes, for that example, your skin cells are undergoing cellular division so that they can repair the wound. So, since we have two major groups of cells, so the one type is the somatic cells. The other type is the germ cells, and these germ cells are produced in the sex organ. So, for females, it is produced in the ovaries, and in males, it is formed in the testes. So, this special type of cell is the one that passes the DNA with traits to the offspring. So that's the reason why you have similar features with your parents or some of your other relatives is because of the germ cells. Okay. So these become the mates upon maturity. So our somatic cells undergo mitotic division, mitosis, and our germ cells, the one that become sex cells or gametes, they are the ones that undergo meiosis. So meiosis is the our focus for today. And so this is an example of our two groups of cells. So we have the germ cell. So this is a sperm cell. So uh, yeah, they are the sex cells and the somatic cells. So one example is the non-sex cells or the skin and muscle cells. Okay. So meiosis occurs in sex cells to maintain the number of chromosomes. So each sex cell contains half the number of the total chromosomes in a person. So for example, for us humans, the total number of chromosomes that we have is 46. So if we divide that into two, so it will be 23. 23 coming from your mother and 23 coming from your father. That's why for meiosis, they reduce the number of chromosomes to half so that when the two sex cells undergo fertilization, they will make um, the total number of chromosomes for humans. Okay? So, what process do these occur? So, the egg cells are reproduced through a process called oogenesis. And for sperm cell, it is produced through a process called spermatogenesis. Okay. So, syempre, ayan. So, this is an example of a karyotype of the human. So, again, we have 23 coming from the father, 23 coming from the mother. So, as you can see, we have different chromosome numbers. So, chromosome type number 1. So, ayan, ito. So, one of these is coming from the father, one of these is coming from the mother. So, our chromosomes are found in pairs. Okay? So, in a pair of chromosomes, one comes from the mother and one comes from the father. So that's why we have a total of 23 chromosomes, 23 types of chromosomes in our body. And then for one type of chromosome, one comes from the father, one comes from the mother. Okay? So chromosome number 1 to 22 are our and so they are not related to the sex of an organism. So they have different quantities, uh, traits that they focus on. So wala kayo nakitang 23, di ba? Because chromosome number 23 dictates the sex of uh, the child. So as you can see here, we have the X chromosome and the Y chromosome. For males, We have one X chromosome coming from the mother and one Y chromosome coming from the father. So, tatay lang ang nakapagbigay ng Y chromosome. Okay, tatay lang. And for female, yeah, so one X chromosome coming from the mother and one X chromosome coming from the father. Okay, kasi may isang X chromosome ang tatay na pwedeng ibigay sa anak. Okay, so now let's talk about meiosis. So meiosis is the process that divides the number of chromosomes into halves in the formation of gametes. So it is a reductional division. So it involves two divisions, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. So parang mag-undergo ng dalawang beses ng dalawang processes yung sex cells natin para ma-reduce yung para ma-reduce yung into half yung number of chromosomes. Okay? So, dun muna tayo sa meiosis 1. So, meiosis 1 focuses on the division of homologous chromosomes. Yung homologous chromosomes, yun yung sinasabi ko na pairs of chromosomes na magkapareho ng type. Okay? So, yung homologous chromosomes natin, one comes from the mother, so that is the maternal chromosome, and the other one comes from the father, the paternal chromosome. So they have the same set of genes, they have the same size, and all. Katulad ng pinakita kanina. Okay? So, it is halved so that it can produce two haploid cells with duplicated chromosomes. Okay? So, meron tayong yeah, meron din tayong simulation for meiosis. So, meron tayong diploid cell. So, from a preceding mitotic division, the oogenium or the spermatogenium enters meiosis with diploid chromosomes. But tetraploid DNA chromosomes then duplicate to produce sister chromatids. Sorry. So, kaya siya tetrad kasi di ba tawag dito. So, sa isang chromosome, di ba meron tayong dalawang chromatid. So, pag meron na tayong homologous chromosomes, meron na tayong 4 na chromatids. Okay. So, tingnan natin kung ano ang mangyayari sa pagpunta natin sa meiosis 1. So, ganun pa rin naman. PMAT pa din naman. Meiosis 1, meron tayong prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1. And then meiosis 2, prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, and telophase 2. Okay. So, as you can see, we start here. So, ito yung ating centrioles, ito yung ating nucleus, and all. So, pag mangyayari na yung prophase 1, so meron pa din tayong mabubuo na spindle fibers from microtubules. And as you can see, we have here the distinction. Kumbaga parang halos pareho lang din naman yung nangyayari sa prophase 1 na mawawala si nucleus, si nuclear membrane, mas magiging distinct yung chromosomes natin. And so this is what happens to prophase 1. So in prophase 1, the chromosomes align to create tetrads. And so non-sister chromatids, so yung chromatid from the father or chromatid from the mother, they trade sections. So kumbaga, they exchange parts of the chromosome. So they break off and then attach to the other one. So kaya kung mapapansin nyo, yung blue, and this blue chromosome is crossing over with the red chromosome. And then this violet chromosome is crossing over with the yellow chromosome. So it is the process called crossing over. So this one causes the variation of one individual to another. Kasi kumbaga this produces the changes. Kumbaga kaya tayo unique kasi napaka-random ng crossing over and pag-break off ng parts ng chromosome dun sa non-sister chromatid niya. Okay? So, the part wherein they cross over is called the chiasma. So, that is the point of contact of these cells. Okay? So in prophase 1, and nuclear envelope breaks down, duplicated chromosomes condense, and then homologous chromosomes pair based on their length. So the homologous chromosomes go together. Okay? And then they cross over at the chiasma. So next is we have metaphase 1. So for metaphase 1, let's see what happens. So as you can see, parang ganun lang din naman siya. Kung ano yung nangyari, di ba prophase, isang buo, tapos yung metaphase, ila-line up sila sa gitna. So we can expect that it will happen also. So yeah, in metaphase 1, the homologous chromosomes pair up. Okay? So yeah, spindle fibers attached to each so they attach to the homologous chromosomes and then they align them at the metaphase plate. Yan. So sa gitna. Okay? So now let's go back to our slide. Yan. Yan. So pairs are randomly moved to the equator of the cell. 23 chromosomes mix and line up. So dun sa example natin, dalawa lang yung kayang ipakita. Pero in reality, in humans kasi there is a variation of chromosomes for each organism. But for humans, you have 23. So 23 chromosomes mix and line up for humans. And metaphase 1 is important because it will be the source of genetic diversity and variation. So kaya tayo magkakaiba. Okay? So, yan. Okay, so now let's go to anaphase. So, tingnan natin kung ano mangyari sa anaphase. So, in anaphase, hiniwalay yung dalawa. Diba? Yeah. So, let's look at the information. So, the chiasmata break apart and the sister chromatids begin migrating towards opposite poles. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, yung buong chromosome, pupunta sila in separate poles. Yung isa pupunta sa isang centriole, yung isa pupunta sa kabilang centriole. So, binibreak off sila. Yan. And then, magkakaroon na tayo ng telophase next. Okay? So, tingnan natin kung ano ulit nangyayari. So, for anaphase 1, homologous chromosomes separate, but the sister chromatids stay together. Genetic material recombines. Okay? So, random kasi yun eh. Pwedeng yung isang chromosome laging mapupunta sa kanan or yung isa mapunta sa kaliwa. So, random na random yun. Okay. So, next, let's look at the last one, which is the telophase 1. So, for telophase 1, and magka-cleavage for uli siya, cytokinesis. Yan. So, magkakaroon na tayo ng haploid, meaning 1N na siya. Okay. So, kumbaga nakalahati na yung yan. So, yan. Ganun lang din na disintegrate yung spindle fibers, nabubuo uli yung nuclear membrane. And then, preparation for prophase 2. Or meiosis 2 na tayo. Okay? So, yun. Okay, so telophase 1, yan, pole chromosomes gather at each pole. They contain one chromosome pair and then cytokinesis occurs. And then, syempre, 43 yung unang, 46 chromosomes tayo nagsimula. First sa telophase, after telophase 1, 23 chromosomes na lang tayo. Kasi ang ginagawa ni meiosis 1 is kalahatiin yung, kalahatiin yung ating chromosome number for the sexes. Okay? So, ito yung summary ng prophase 1 to telophase 1. Okay? So, next, we have meiosis 2. So, what happens in meiosis 2 is that it divides the sister chromatids, which result with only half the chromosome number. So, ito yung mangyayari ngayon sa meiosis 2. Yan. So, yung meiosis 2 natin, halos kapareho lang siya ng mitosis. So, look here, in prophase 1, and a new spindle form occurs around the chromosomes. Nagla-line up din sila. Paghihiwalayin yung sister chromatids. Tapos, ganun din. Okay? So, kumbaga, yung nangyari sa meiosis 2, yun na yung ating mitosis. Okay, so, tignan na lang natin dito. Yan. So, spindle formation. Yan. So, dadalhin yung mga ano sa bawat pole. Yan. So, ngayon sa metaphase 2, yan, naka-align na sila. Yan. Re-align at the metaphase plate. And then, the sister chromatids are broken apart. Katulad lang din nung sa, yan, they're broken apart. So, going towards the different poles. And then, for telophase, ayan, telophase 2, and cleavage furrow ulit. And then, it will result to the gametes. Ayan. So, meron tayong 4 daughter cells for meiosis. For mitosis kasi we only have 2 daughter cells. And, ayan. So, yung resulting kasi ng meiosis is kalahati na yung chromosome number. Okay. Tapos yung sa mitosis naman, same lang din. Kasi di ba nga, wala tayong reductional part dun sa mitosis. Okay? So, yun lang. And then, yan. So, that's it for today. And so, I hope you learned a lot. And, ayan, let's see each other next time. Okay, goodbye, grade 8.